Grimaldi's Pizzeria's 50 locations employ 2,500 people. More than 2/3 of them were furloughed when government officials ordered dining rooms closed because of the China virus.
What's it meant for revenues?
All I can say is thank God we're pizza. People are used to pizza. They're used to delivery. They used to pick up a pizza. So we're not like a typical restaurant where they don't do many deliveries. So it was, for us, again, it was still horrible, still horrendous. But because we're pizza, people know pizza as a to-go more than most other products out there.
But you still have servers, but must have been an impact there.
It was a massive impact. I mean, when they closed us down in March for 3 months, we had to furlough 1,700 employees. It was just horrendous. It was gut-wrenching dealing with that, and knowing that I had to lay people off or furlough people, if you will, in order to have them collect unemployment from the government and be able to get their checks from the government in order to do that.
They're family to you.
They are family. We consider everybody in our company the last name of Grimaldi's. That's how we consider it. So for me, it was just one of the toughest decisions, a couple things I ever had to do in this business.
The furloughs were just the beginning of trying to cut costs to survive.
We wound up starting with not paying any rents. We wound up cutting back all our music, all our entertainment, anything that goes on in the restaurant, we were able to cut back on. We converted over directly into go, so everything was on to-go system. Thank God most of the states allowed us to do to-go alcohol. That actually helped us.
Grimaldi's operates in 19 states. That means 19 sets of state regulations, not to mention city rules.
The biggest concern that we have is each city and each state comes up with their own rules. So you have masks, no masks, gloves, no gloves, sanitation, how you should clean places. It's been really difficult. Starting from getting everybody masks, then getting everybody gloves, and then taking all the menus off the table and doing the QR codes.
Scan the code, read the menu on your phone. No more touching a menu someone has already handled.
I tell you, we had to scramble to put all that together.
Pizza delivery orders skyrocketed. That posed another challenge, getting them delivered.
This is a DoorDash delivery.
We had basically one vendor for our third-party delivery. We had to add on 4 or 5 more vendors. So that was a lot of work, because then again, they have special portals they have to use. They have to get all those portals in, and a lot of them reacted really quickly, which has been great.
Every government regulation costs time and money.
Changing out the seats, changing out the dividers, measuring out how far the table should be, getting the customers used to sitting so far apart, changing the groups of having not more than 10 people, or some other places 6 people, depending on what it is. We're known for having a lot of people come in with families and celebrations and all fun things like that, birthdays, and it's difficult to tell people, hey, they can't come in with that many people. We have to break up your party into 6 or 5 or whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's disheartening, and thank God again our customers were understanding and they worked with us, and they knew what predicament we were in.
Restaurants are not allowed to be crowded, but the rules can be confusing.
The occupancy varies by state. So some states are 25%, some states have 0. You can't put anybody in, like New York and California. But the state in Arizona is 50%. Now again, that's a little bit misleading because you have to keep the tables 6 feet apart. So if you have a smaller store or a restaurant or wherever you have to keep 6 feet apart so you don't get the 50% occupancy. So no matter what, if they say it's 25, 75, it really goes by 6 feet. So again, depending on the size of your restaurant, that's the difference.
Brutal.
Beyond brutal. And you walk into a restaurant, you want energy, you want ambiance, and when you pull away tables and you leave it empty, it just doesn't have the same vibe or feeling that it would if it's a normal time.
Fewer tables, fewer customers, fewer tips for servers.
Yeah, thank God for our customers. They have been amazing. They've been over-tipping, taking care of people, knowing that what's going on in this country. So they've been phenomenal.
Grimaldi's lost money for 3 months during the shutdowns. Revenues and profitability are recovering, but nothing is normal yet.
Nobody goes into business to get smaller.
Yeah, we want to go in business to expand. And the great news about it is we were able to bring back all our employees. So when the restaurants and everything started opening, we were able to bring everybody back, or everybody, I should say, that wanted to come back. There's been definitely a bunch of people that didn't want to come back. They wanted to stay out until after a vaccine or whatever they thought was with the comfort that they had. So they're on the list. When they're ready to come back, they contact us and we bring them back in.
He focuses on what he can control, take care of employees and customers, and make the mouth-watering coal-fired brick oven pizza that's made Grimaldi such a huge success. As for the virus and what the government does next,
I mean, as you see, the spikes are going up again. We don't know if the government's going to shut us down. We don't know what's going to happen with the state or cities. It's just a really big unknown, and that's the scariest part. And it's been the scariest part since the beginning. It's just the unknown. And what are we, 11 months into this right now, and we're still on eggshells, not knowing what the next move's going to be.
Thank you for your time. Anything you'd like to add?
No, I really appreciate you going across the country and interviewing smaller businesses. So hopefully, politicians and everybody else could see what's going on in the real world, and they can understand what the small-time business owners are dealing with.
Scioli is as upbeat a business leader as you'll ever meet. It's true you have to be an optimist to open a restaurant, but to open 50 of them as he's done? That takes a passionate advocate of free enterprise and a true believer in the American dream. And that's the spirit behind every slice. This is John Spiropoulos for Let's Roll America.